banana, coconut, chocolate, and mocha. This advert is FDA approved.
Through the rain and blazing sun, day and night, and sometimes under very dangerous circumstances, they go to great lengths to bring you the stories that matter to you. It's time to celebrate our distinguished journalists at the 26th GJA Awards. Saturday, 12th November 2022 at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. Theme: Walking the Path Toward Ghana's Economic Recovery, the Role of the Media. Special guest of honor, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The 26th GJA Awards is brought to you by the Ghana Journalists Association. Headline sponsor, Koa Research and Manufacturing Company. Producers of Koa Mixture. Major sponsors, VRA, Ghana Gas, ADB, Tobinco Group, Wisconsin International University College, Ghana Link, InnoLink, Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, U.S. Embassy, National Insurance Commission, other supporting sponsors, Ash Foam, Ghana Shippers Authority, Food and Drugs Authority, Ghana Police Service, Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, Furniture City, and the Ministry of Information. Media partners, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, GBC Online, Graphic Communications Group, Ghana News Agency, Daily Guide, UTV, Atinka TV, Atinka FM, Joy News, Joy FM, TV3, Adom TV, Adom FM, City TV, City FM, GH1 TV, Metro TV, Pan African TV, Peace FM, OKFM, Asase Radio, and all media houses and social media influencers. The 26th GJA Awards, celebrating excellence in journalism.
Adom FM. Adom FM 106.3.
Only God can stop us now.
106.3 FM.
Hear me. Erazi increment in my salary. This is all I ask this season. Erazi Bwami.
Mbappe, please stop disturbing God and switch your salary account to Access Bank now to get a triple salary.
Oh yes, it's as simple as that. Switch your salary account to Access Bank and stand a chance of winning 3 times your monthly salary. You heard me right. 3 times your salary. Also win exciting prizes like school fee scholarships, free DSTV subscriptions, interest-free loans, free insurance cover, cashback rewards, and a lot more by spending a minimum of 500 Ghana cedis with any of our Visa card. Promo runs from now to 30th April 2023. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank. Modern banking.
Adom FM.
my goodness, Chichi Awana, thank you. One point you made Dama Kuma Sopa. Yando Daya, Honey Basu Day. I was 5 minutes after 9. I see an waiting with Fidia to her. Dear woman, Yando Daya home. Na de nipa peye bia onchebo Debbie. Afani koshe se she Debbie so Kofi ani wienchi wie ya no. Amati eguso na Coca-Cola said your money money. Kofi thank you. Obiase Coke. I say Ghana Obiase Coca-Cola. Every say koye. We ani boss ana ujina so sa. Aya won am traffic mo aya show mo aya nuanu mo moton ade no. Obiase ne ko. Yes
programs meeting.
Yeah,
me drew you map sport wa Coke.
Oh, what?
Because now you no bother do. Sealed one. And I'm do so straight. I feel na system. Cool it down.
I was judging Coke ni bi ma me want me patcho dia want to no. I had 2 cedi 50 pesos and the all plastic bottle mono. I had 3 cedi 50 pesos. And numbi ekoye. And Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, Fanta, Sprite. Yeah, but you numbi mami what? Coca-Cola, real refreshment for all occasions. Well, 7 minutes after 9. Yeah, catch you say and Ebesan Pesemo, Deputy Information Minister. Abeba, Yamin Chadia, Wabeka Yensa. I was studio high, Yabemana Kwaba. Ave Yanina Chichinkamo. And for Honorable Fati Abubakar, a Deputy Information Minister. What's I say? Honorable, Asum Drinker. Assalamu alaikum. It is well. Bibi Aboko dear. And no more can say you are dear number the twasu. Say you can't salam alaikum. Salam. Alhamdulillah. Baraka dear nurse on the family. Me bacho mon check Fatima ke ma me say. Say me maintaining papa. You know. Moncheki mama say okay great madam bajo great
assalamu alaikum de no an ye just wa alaikum salam
okay
nse no ye say nyame asum dwen kan na nso so say enka nso
okay great and alhamdulillah na ye de
de nyame ase
right ye de nyame ase so but I hope say bibia boko de
nyame adom
great
bibia boko
ministry is saying
oh yeguso enkakra Ministry of Information edikan mamenchia one beniasije na menchia Adom FM tiefo nyina megidi say Ministry of Information there ye de nema miensa na asi ye ni so fa ye dwumadie ne nema ekoso ministry no ba ko ne access to information ne etoso mienu so ye capacity building media capacity building and na etoso miensa ye safety of journalists issues na access to information ne de mo amokan say every bra ye pass RTI act no ye adwuma ensentrofo bebre kwa na mehia omo a omaka say oh say they meet to this public entity another public entity na my request for information obi antimi nya akaka bensem nka say hemamutu memfama enti no no ayi one of the risk and journalists face in terms of omo reports and documentary and say trying to come up with some professional work enti no information GF from public institutions na you see akwan no ye free ho ye recruitee through access to information division of the Information Services Department ISD na RTI commission no so omonso so tu anamon a omaye te say eku a se menteme ho ase biba say open information na ATI for officers information officers ni deny wa utime de call RTI commission mo mudi wasema because omo no me regulator okwa RTI commission na asem na omudi ye no obo anyo so ananso omudi ma on so still agency krona na ministry krona mpesa the information na ma wa ultimate the high court ye clear ye twa part ato ho a say wo ye nsentroni ananso obi oho no ma o CSO ananso ankra adwuma anaga na de hye bia de bi koso nte no ho ase and answer information be wa bonte o person verify no to be general so they can answer man no any bibia what me invoke RTI act no na what me dey just information na free abem adwuma ni bia ye na said say o produce say information.
Wow. Especially these difficult times, how are you handling the pressure?
Oh, say no. You focus no. Just for those so I don't know. Unim say every week Mondays, Wednesdays and Sundays. Yeah, press briefing.
Yeah.
Say teacher you say regional ministers ni na you do mobile to account to give a report on the state of their region. And central funds sunya akwanya no head to omano bisa specific projects.
Yeah.
Because sabi mpempi na ye won kran ha say omo na omo from honoma obokro we din otimi kire say na wo so omo banzo so omo de omo MMDC is ni nyina ba and bibi wo hon to specific communities a omo timi responding megidi say in recent times no yes our state of the region report na be kan press briefing no ho a aboa ama ene say timi fa be for kwan so ye twa live on TV no na ye streaming on social media enti ebra na briefings ne koso no wanya akwanya mpo enti ebia utimi sa akoba akoko ekobo Facebook page hu ne ekoso bi announce etimi de adi udwuma
and run here the 10 of the voter region
voter region
what were some of the highlights
highlights ne bia voter regional minister no be kan ne say you has University for year Masi of Voter region no aban enya some $60 million Chinese grants as a grant ninti say see the biggest nursing and midwifery school in the whole of West Africa.
Oh wow.
Or the home for nearby almost here dreche.
Oh wow.
Metimaka say levels na building edru na be a bit medru be 5-6 stories.
Okay.
Based on videos anka so mbecha echre yen and say modern ultra modern administration block or mostly for school no. Ne tosumi no so a kan say I may say because of Volta region in Crony be wo bepo so to says you open ho nenkeka ho no na ensuo ho nsem eya ade a edin momo because communities ni bi ho a wan wo do pekra ka se wo tu nsuo a unya enso se no ade aban na yere ne ho aye for the people of the Volta region say omatimia try to enhance the water access to water Volta region. One of such major projects in say abino timinya some 97 million euros. Our modia water system for the southern part of Volta. They are almost done. Our more be test run near year supply to Nipa 422,000. Which is almost a third of the population of all the inhabitants of Volta region. Into access to water, ya dear Bakwan or can also for the first time, communities BT says you pay or more pipe-borne water, your operation and yes, I feel no more by you. Or my yama says so much me I connect pipe people so. The other things also can ya na ocha home for yin so chair ya Toma Kuma so ye baby to say hohoi. Oko hohoya. Say hohoi as a municipality no. Or more rice milling factory under 1D1F. Ebeka the additional rice milling factory or more rara in Biakuya in Oti region. So that also Volta region the more hopa dan or modo. Name processes no say milling no cost of keska wo de kwa mele or quantity bi na ya bamubu amount. Enti say no omo bi agotime no mo obi wo hohoi na bi nso so rara ebebo ama se ne esi pese omo package rice ema ye competitive to say ne ya import no at a lower cost Ghana for benye bi no omo try to go into the side of agri processing say be benye a lot of such factories now ochemo nso ne say for the first time hohoi were 15-kilometer asphalt roads for hohoi town roads. Enti nya banya na mo mutu ya na hohoi town roads no money that kind of asphalt. But for the first time senior abanya si ayen hye ya say for the first time oko brekumo mo asphalt oko doma hinkro asphalt and asino hydro oko nyina hini asphalt and asino hydro in Volta region so no omunya bi omanya bi wo hohoy town roads or my and you know about the whole market projects and also so there one of the major things so can say abanya or many so and a hohoy market projects in over 116 stores and abanya just to bring them on board and I think so about the railway sector so for the first time no manya through the railway lines buying for the Teman-Pakadan railway project no so omanya railway for the first time on the ground say so almost standard god tracks ni bi ho a brebe so baby no a edi djuma no so omanya so mfa so to obobo niam bebre so ma me hu say niam ekoso teacher so ne say agenda 111 projects voter region ko munya 8
okay
na 8 no so no ebi oma secret raise pillars a challenge raise pillars drew time ombeti edin ndade ananwe aguso aboso entina people were just surprised say all the 8 no ebi any hon my beka say okọ site na ahwe ni ho there be near ewo form cry ni omaye foundation a oma caste iron rods sisi so omoto aso entin kakran akra mamu no abribi achichi free baby entin no I think say these are some of the key interventions ebeboa the people of Volta region.
Okay. Okay, but Fati, would you admit say sani ma ya okeken I mean, ejumani there more as a government. And so the information Ghana phone share them guna juma no a more important. It is a minister ama me gina enkra no an ka say ni na me or me regional. Ghana phone share them take ni amoka and yet there's an information ministry with a party communication network and so mo share say information you know Ghana for a better you see this
so when we say information sector in general say enye to say mrema and say in the 90s now only GTV what I say just one TV station, just one radio station, just one newspaper and you know umia when you know your information be na the kobo front page you can be rest assured say the whole Ghana obiati but we are in an era almost 700 broadcasting licenses have been issued and about 500 radio and TV stations are active in this country, minus newspapers. And you know, Minister no betima ni whole campaign in Volta regional obiti Accra asemno it will not make it on the front pages, it will not make it in the national conversation. And now hear trends now most of the time no front pages nene conversations ne center around what the president, vice president baby ombe koni omoye, what the opposition flag bearers, any those kind of top tier to say political powers a conversation and very difficult for some of these decentralized institutions to get their issues on the front pages nunti na yenso so yesi adwuma de abribia na enso otimi bu kompoko hwewachi na wahwese ekosen enti no wohwe na bibi wo hansa chai bi wo no ma mo betimi de abam ama sansesa na bo ama more information mo be pushi akwa outside na ne papa mu anti na say ye de o maba no enso nya no nko a ya use a lot of models hwebra na ye e-levy campaign no won say start your town hall meetings the other issue is also that sometimes there are constraints beyond the capacity so obey so town hall meeting the cost of even moving OB vans setting up the place, the invitation processes, announcement, there's a whole lot. We are privileged to have ISD on the ground to do some of the mobilization for us, but sometimes ayana it's at cost. Some of those RCCs or MDAs may not have the financial muscle to carry that kind of to bear that kind of cost. And so abribiano ye review ye adwuma na kakra ye timi hwe chese ana adwuma no baby aya dru no kosen so ye hwe na say ye bibi ebetima ye nsachaye ana se bia obi etia ona so bia ye de we ni we kan ho a ebebo ama information na kofa no so ne etu ho anamo
Well, I'm saying it's about 20 minutes after 9. Sisi anado Fatimatu I am watching more Akwaba. Honorable Fatima Abubakar, the Deputy Information Minister, Yeneno Echichinkoma Adom 106.3 FM. Medini Kwesi Asempa. Many CJ. Person we have fasted a Macau Bell, our milk, awake drinking water. Fatis onim say a chroma shipa.
Oh, minim.
Onim say your boy.
Minim.
Nti ede na ban ya fa
yo edin kan no onim say be na otwetwe mu o mampanyi president na Nado Dankwa-Akufo-Addo one Ghana for betwetwe nkomo ma o mampanyi ankasa to nanum to kan say we are in crisis. Megidi say there is no doubt say enema mu ayedin enya Ghana nko a wiase afa na baabia obi ohonoma na okase o enema mu ayehye in time say we are na okase bia ya abosre mu ka na say baby, but even being used to even developed world obi across say not just using it in jest, but obi on say mempe comparison between Ghana and UK sitting and US ni say. But I'm giving you a typical example of what's happening even on our continent. Me nua baby free South Africa ba Monday ya also both Cape Town and Johannesburg omoye dumso they are rationing power.
Joburg.
Yes make on air into so be no contrary information and they are rationing water ensuo ni ho kane ni ho dumso no ma ye din a omubu no tot for the first time yenti bi da na France krampo fuel kran ho aye din amankrofo ko di queues etimi ko gina the pump no munya fuel na nkrofo agije o muka ho. What I'm saying in recent times even UK edrum maybe na omo load fuel to the various stations no mojo omajuma to to the extent say na nkrofo ko the pump munya fuel to obitimi park ne car baby no obi akwa wi na fanko haja ne car na empty. We are in extraordinary times. Ne fapem ni nyina every COVID no a be disrupt a global supply chain. Obo on mo sinsem amuka ni nyina ye brofu bebre kwamenti ase ebia wo call lockdown na otwe miensa obi o baby in China o call lockdown afimu ya factories ni a close oma edisika ahye adwuma mu ba o man ntimi am produce enya o mfa so obi o hon ma no say 40 footer container na eto no ebia say meto no $3,000 na mde meniam agumu ame ye de abagana edru baby no be turn on $12,000 so be turn $16,000 sa additional about 300% cost na wan ke no oba onfa burden ni ngunu kom o de begu customers kom enti niema sesa drastically wa bra na yanka bianhim na eye o mampanyi brano so ano ne Ghana for twetwe nkomo nyina na o se ye de nhyehyɛ egu akwan mu a yenya 5-year plan na ye de ye recovery process for COVID no. I believe sana it was on course because the last quarter of 2021 no now your GDP growth for the last quarter no was in excess of 5%, almost 6%. And tonight you say you free more now let's look at this year. The extraordinary thing ama baby ayedru and they say last year November at the time I read the budgets for 2022 na a barrel of crude na $60. Edru March na a barrel of crude $114. Aban no enhyehyɛ ye omo kwa krafa ngo ba omo budget omo ye omo tutu ye omo ye nyina so omo kwa krafa ngo no ena wonim say wo hwe ye import bill a as at that time na ye the 20% of your import nyina to just to acquire fuel. Enti no se na bia $1 billion ena na wo de bekwa konya a particular quantity of fuel I bet ma take care of your population na. And I'm said the price of crude every is $60 no to $114 and now here saying na double. And if government is not in the position to provide that amount of dollar, what him say ko pek for by say BOG ni omo yen hyehyɛ mo some $120 million just to help them cushion fuel do mbetimi de aba. But the fact ne say almost even the dollars na BOG de ma omo no say no so fa ngo kwa na omo kofa bank ndi 1 month nka fa ngo asa enti na ese nipa no fall back no omo nko black market omo nko other places emfa nko pedala no and no in itself no cause a whole disruption.
But with the countries I will mention, you know, when him say COVID may affect you more than Ghana. And at the end of the day, so Ghana, in fact, yenyeska na ebetumi aboyen na ekushinyen so that we can absorb shock, you know. Not all, but maximum shock the ebetumi absorb.
Enya no kresa say COVID affect a country be more than Ghana.
Affected China more than
the truth.
Italy nipa dodo ewu Ghana
because of nhyehyeye na niema aban ne di go kwan mu at that time.
Are you saying say Italy and France
they were nowhere close to the kind of intervention of government of Ghana
and they
told her they were nowhere close to the kind of World Health Organization, other health institutions or more recognized worldwide at the index be by based on how countries manage COVID, including the economic situation at the time. Na minim say we'll delve into this COVID issue. Ghana was number 3 worldwide. Because abrana enkrofo omo Tanzania ne eyi yeso omo nkopunu nsuo hye ne eyi no na Ghana ha no ye ma ye nsuo free o ne akata electricity cost by half ne provide PPEs even in schools ye close schools down almost a whole year no omo resume na buy the provide PPEs from preschool to basic school to senior high school to universities, including reusable masks and niema. Now most of your companies are into production of alcohol ne other omo nyina turn to production of your friend is saying sanitizers. It was a whole value chain I created what Ghana has say for COVID, including updates. Into the fact that you recorded the number of deaths other countries recorded, doesn't mean say affected to send affect you. Send an amisi cano COVID time on Kwana container. Would be offer a good for importers now. They will tell you what happened with the supply chain. Ade obi ato esesenke de 2 months and 3 months be dru Ghana ha na be 1 year asem. Yes, a country na shut down mun produce bio. Or no productivity even within the public service. Obi ohonoma yes we mumra na pana we mumra nwumre ana we ba adwuma 1 week the following week na we mun so aba. And the impact was huge. But sene na wo see kan say Ghana yenya ska bia na ebetime akushin ye no. Metwe wa adwuna si bibi so. Ghana banking sector na it was near collapse. Just before COVID, yes, it was predicted by the vice president at the time. Edru baby, my example way all over me PA. Nani sika wa one of the financial institutions without prejudice nti me mpeso ombebo mudi. Enye sika odi akoto ne salary ya yetua no from controller. Okwa me ama no 20 cedi so onje mfaka. The reality was that a lot of the financial institutions no ma close it down and now they were operating in ways o deposit e wo na kaya mfa. Government had to take a decision so that they can protect the deposits of about 4.5 million Ghanaians. In October 2019. Oh, it's in excess of 21 billion. I believe sir figures no
vis-a-vis ahena na sector ni here to revamp.
Me say omo kan about ahena na sector ni here to revamp no. I no more refi say over 3 billion a sector neji in 2015. It didn't cause any change.
So granted it was
some
mismanagement.
Some monies were already given to the banks in 2015-2016.
Sure.
It did not effect any changes.
Granted it was mismanagement then. And we had a competent government that came in. And at the time that sector ni here 9 billion. But yet more 9 billion and find a way to supervise them no marginal. But you had to push in 21 billion.
Let me tell you about the find a way now Wokano. Sure. Out of the 345 microfinance companies, name 150 egu before President Akufo-Addo power. including Sir Goddess Love, ne DK and Munia, na good adao.
2016, we saw
I'm saying, sir, 150. Those are the low-hanging fruits I can talk about examples. Not a good ada. President Akufo-Addo rani atutum krado dem sikani ni baby. Enkrofo mbe wo mu twa dwajo no matwa dada. So it's not as if say find a way ne say wo say kofre CEO no back. Say ye ma wonsafo asa ko bie pono na register we ne kocheche ma customers. How sustainable is that?
Into the more prudent way was to
government. The more prudent way was that where two of the banks, which was at the time Capital Bank and UT Bank, are binding my Ghana Commercial Bank, now GCB. I am Uncle for if you know, almost say a bank just collapsed bank and closed down their buildings. That was not what happened. Capital Bank and your friend is saying UT were given to GCB, including their assets and liabilities, including their staff. I know people who were working in some of the financial institutions who were migrated to GBC. 2, 5 other banks, Beige, Unibank, what is the other one? Royal Bank. A few of them, five of them were put together to form the consolidated bank, which is operational right now as we speak. I am Uncle for if you know, I can say as I buy the Crado Kototo major banks, government did these interventions, it ended up saving a lot of jobs, and also saving the
people off.
No, but look at it. Would you rather 3,000 people off and protecting the deposits of 4.5 million? Let's put that on a scale.
What is the Front UT Bank? The former Kofi Amoabin has been speaking.
Oh, he has been speaking, but the reality is that most of the cases are in court. Most of the cases, the reports that came from BOG, if it is contested, they have an opportunity through the legal system to produce contrary documents. And even before most of the financial institutions like were eventually collapsed, the reality is that year on year out, before President Akufo-Addo now the risk and the fears were already expressed. Now some monies were pushed in, they still mismanaged it. The monies will disappear, but the problem about the depositors' monies were still in place. There was a report, a presser by TUC, a few months after the reforms that were done within the banking sector. So confidence has been restored to the banking sector. The remaining banks the remaining banks and the financial institutions, Omokra were showing said the confidence, Abuama, the number of people who were now bringing money to deposit now shorting up by 20% at the time.
Do we still have the confidence?
Yes. I don't think the struggles we have no has anything to do with the banking sector. I believe the cleanup really helped streamline and at least put people on their toes to know that you can't just spend anything and just collapse the financial institution and go like that. The day of accountability will come. But the reason why even the sector issue about a conversation is the fact that Ayana Obia Refi say it was on 30th March 2020 and a vice president be announced said the remaining monies only so mudi come on 10,000 Ghana cedis each in October 2019. In March 2020, now bulk of the money government release it to depositors. You release it within days near lockdown. Did we stand a chance? You release it scano within a matter of days. Now no Gucci for no mom year research now recorded that first 2 cases a room near lockdown. So from one recovery to another, and I'm saying and no money very difficult to discount what COVID did to Ghana, because that was a moment of transitioning to prosperity because of the introduction of the year of return, the consistency in economic growth from 2017 to 2019. Now you're cleaning banking sector and we're in the process of executing some key projects, but also the test of the strength of the economy at that time. They say abra COVID by revenue mobilization was down. We were still paying every public sector worker. We were still giving some rebates, You remember the tax cuts? 2 years tax holidays for textile.
But COVID, GRA exceeding the target.
Oh, target from GRA is not everything with it. Now, tax to GDP.
Yes, but
it's only 12%.
Yes, but
and so although they may set their internal target, it doesn't mean say it's in the position to solve the bigger problem of the country.
Yes, but at least the mere fact is exceed the target is an indication still a ban on revenue collection.
You know, usually when a pandemic or a situation happens, and then they make projections that the economy is likely to, grow downwards. It also affects the kind of projections that institutions make in terms of targeting. So in the face of all that, they may have even reduced their target. A better reflection would be to look at the targets that GRA had set for itself for 2017, 2018, 2019 onwards. If it's at the same level, then it makes a better case. But I'm saying even that, your contribution of your taxes to your GDP is between 12 and 13%. The average on the African continent is 18 to 20%. We don't mobilize enough. It is a fact. And it's also because your sector is largely informal. Wow, yeah, buy juma de beto. Wow, yeah, former juma woje monthly salary with a recognized institution ye beto. But what's the percentage of population that is in formal sector worker jobs? The rest, they don't really pay direct taxes. And revenue mobilization was very down.
Fati, on the defunct banks, Unibank, right? Is Unibank coming back?
So they form a consolidated bank. I mentioned
Unibank as brand, is it coming back? Because Matete information.
No, some of the cases they've sent it to court, and to be anticipation in the projection and warrior is subject to the ruling. I be free court to Honomaba, and I yes, sir.
Okay,
but you cannot also court out to make us master mede. Then moment to me can see Oboso and Case o me winning case there the hot clear. No, there KJT law.
Unibank. Unibank is for Dr. Kwabena Dufour. The information I'm picking, or we are picking, is that Abaino Akosha Dr. Kwabena Dufour said uncontested former President Mahama. Na yemfa Unibank emano. In fact, I have seen pictures of Unibank. And the government is behind Dr. Kwabena Dufour to contest JM. So that he can have his Unibank back. But just
meaning politician or through competition. Who can solve democracy now? Can solve Kabima Minka be Amamu Amanyo Sema. You should be willing for anybody to contest you. And people mokra onim the number of people are medically intention to contest, and also show signs to contest. We have a lot of on our hand, a lot of candidates to deal with. Of what interest would it be to sponsor someone to contest the former president? And let's also credit Dr. Kwabena Dufour with a little bit of intelligence. At least he's been the governor of the Bank of Ghana before. Don't think of him as someone who doesn't have an ambition of his own or a mind of his own and would require the manipulation of a ruling government to be able to do that. He is in court. He is contesting governments. If government is behind him and yes, no financial institution, we will not even your friend is saying touch it in the first place to even think that he's contesting it. So it doesn't even sit right with me to think say he will allow himself or government will take the pain to even enter into that kind of unreasonable arrangement. And besides, NDC is he the only person who has ever contested the former president? No.
But in this case, it looks like the only person who is contesting.
We don't know. We don't know.
President.
I've never been interested in NDC's internal affairs. But I mean, I always say that Kabima Minkabi Amamono should make room for everybody to contest and for people to act in the ways are set right with the law. And candidates nearby say and so at least means me support will be internally. But we are measured in our utterances, we are measured in our campaign. And it boils down to Nipa Adom within the electoral college of the parties. No, Ebe choose se bedi enim.
It is any many Musa Unibank Abba back operational. Maybe a court case in the way we need, but and Yano Cresse are buying
how na Unibank beba back. Say a good consolidated bank at Chichemuso be Anjan Chefana. How? It is only a court of competent jurisdiction. So what I say. And a government and also in the AG and no interested parties. Hey, ye be ye way now boka to say for the financial sector. I can't get better marry your agenda 111 hospital projects in Libya. Ye be boka to say I say because of obi ambition to contest obi ntino yenye. We have confidence in whoever our candidate will be. And it doesn't matter who NDC will present as a candidate. Ye be kwa campaign no. And be based on Obia records. Inti say no, near mo den ye dream ye that dream as a party. And see be make sure say near ma beto to ye be restore stability. I be man crofo anya renewed confidence in the government of President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Any NPP party no maka say ye free ye pay masa akoto abama mo. Enyese bia kokwasa agrobia ne eno de ye propaganda kakraka no mo ahihye adwuma de be bring crofo ani so for mo internal election votes nya bi na ye de enya interested.
Honorable Fatimatu Abubakar, Deputy Information Minister, no etwetwe enkomo no.
But you share bread and butter issues. Benyina, your cranium maba. I recall saying in opposition, Mokache say you have the magic. I'm to me, I working on the CD to dollar. So what happened to that magic?
Yo, near the kind no, me did this a preamble, mema bia mama. Say, woshe, even last year, even in the peak of COVID, no, say near Missy Kain, say, nye fango precious year buyer. Na, woshe dollar na. Depreciating from 1.2 cedis all the way to 4.2 cedis within a regime as compared to Abra President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo befa akonya in 2017 all the way to 2020 all the way to the year 2021 na dollar nin depreciating up to 2 cedi in a whole cedi no na depreciation in drew up to 2 cedi in a whole as at last year November or December 2021 ade amaka say this jump ye all of a sudden ade free 5.6 to 6 cedis ade abedru bepeso abedru yae asema amaka about all of a sudden shot in fango prices and the demand for the dollar because demand no e drive ade bia onya from central bank dey enkoto black market no so feed on speculation. About 3 weeks ago, and Crawford giddy. I don't know what happened. I think some financial experts or something of that sort made a comment on one of the political talk shows. Say, oh, ebia Andrew na watching every year na you need na be a dollar no ye projected say na drew 15 cedi. And to be a senior business e beba na mamin koto bi nye den. Enkosie na say na boy den amaton. Speculation. Ni nyina ka ho bi. And a depreciation, no, it happen all of a sudden, and let me cause a free fall at that because speculation, no, Emma, it went beyond whatever calculation and answer projection.
Reaction but recently,
and that is recently. But I am saying, sir, primarily from February, Adiana air driving no, the demand for dollar to go and look for fuel.
Okay, recently one of the measures and our steps I'm taking here, was to go to the black market and arrest them. So if a no bet me abua, what were you waiting for all this while?
I know they join them call mean I know they mean I think BOG could have done better with supervision. May boss accounts and platforms. Obia wa bia. Recently, some of there was a place be a normal bureau de change forest bureau. BOG ko close it down because now irregular. Omomo no mo dollars ni bebre gu hono ma maye ways and means unya bi obaby alcohol no ma bobo kuntan bi enam se ohia ato koso no obekwa akoje na momo bi ko na okasa me pesidi sisidi ni ho nti sidi timi short Ghana. Are you getting the point? International Supervisory Division of BOG no omo ye up and doing and enye suit and tie no mo nam krom on airport na black market or between airport traffic lights, any BOG head office what's the distance? What will it take to go there to stop people from loitering and doing that kind of business.
No appointed BOG governor, Nejumane saying.
Oh, wow.
He on the money sign.
And to know it's a call. It's me did say a unanimous call from Obia said they should do better.
Do you believe the governor must go?
Me say Obia where Juma within the public sector no. Who could do who we are? You will know say beyond corporate governance structures no. In terms of the work on the ground, no, any nipa ba ko adwuma. And to the moment obi wa responsibility on him say me yo manyo ye bekwa ko blame head no kwa na mafa me ho adi no nti no aye den wajai nansi aye nyina ye bo dede na BOG na supervision no I know say omuko krom nansi kwacheche nkrofo ana meboa enti no ade we need to get them up and doing but if the institutional reforms are not done, it doesn't even matter if you bring a new governor. But
and you know, governor need to mean for reformation and make it an institution. Ghana for being who said this institution is working. And
I make us say in recent weeks, or more years supervision, they are doing arrests, they are doing that. We are saying say it could have happened earlier than Baby Ayedri. Are you getting the point? Mijidi sen ko almost started da. Esha see no so speculation na no eso black market na no. But there are other people so more from the school of thought say wan ko black market na hen wokoto. Na ebi mpo ni ho. Are you getting that point? And no bema even in the implementation of one kasa directives and answer policies are odi ababegu ho no. Why a bit light-handed because you have to make consideration for okay you were enough or some of these institutions and it's not just BOG even the traditional banks so your branch manager answer wo baby na kakra BOG won ye mamubi someone fanya normal course of business now wo de wo e wadwen say wo de be ma abochi back door na momobi walk it to the counter na say wo money bi nto a ye nyina ye contribute to the problem and you know the call no is say sidi no na ye dia Ghana no na ye dia enya wa adwene say oh me dia me nyama famu dia yen say na mo baby foforo ameko baby ane ha because situation na ye face a global problem baby en hon ma do nsa be sure them reform aka say oh menya bibi menya sika menya say it is not easy anyway enti yen fix your situation at home no na emfa relief from bro bi
Fati Abubakar, do you believe Sir Ken must go?
Me dear, I don't think say he should go. That is my position, especially now.
Adenti.
I don't think say he should go. Ne say we are in the middle of a negotiation with IMF, and also we are about to send the budget and economic policy to Parliament.
Baby,
enyo nonkwa mpacho tie minche muni ye. Sabi. And say Omampenye nominate obi so mayor finance minister and yes nominate na no akotena ministry of finance no ye adwuma. We were appointed through the same process. We know what it takes for that process to be concluded. You will give Parliament notice. They will make the necessary arrangement for even vetting and approval and all other ancillary process. The person has to go to the ministry. Say, uncle strike acquaintances and comfortable and some transitional arrangements. And sana obetimi de paper any pen aeden. Obetimi de pen esi paper so say me ye niema e significant besesa. We are in the middle of negotiation. Ye hear results necessary the akodi
Fati Ken is only leading a delegation to negotiate. No pen a lady. No pen a negotiation. And Ken kwa we have a team. Our money can lead this negotiation. And see what extraordinary na Ken yentia or few team into me leading negotiation. And
yes, or few team into me leading negotiation or can also delegation or my human drew baby. And the only thing that Omampenye busa for based on what happened with what the majority caucus and our members of the majority caucus say and say Mama ye weeks kakre we ni ntimi and conclude IMF negotiation no na ye ntimi nso so nya den and present budget no ya present budget na kokwasa ebedru January you will not even be in a position to even pay salaries and then ye nyi sa processes na nya den and free ho and come back to the table and come back to the table means a lot of things. maybe kura na nipa no kura ka say mentwe mawie process we kura mentwen emma e friend say yes enti no asem na ebia obeka na say for asem pakwa it's a different thing.
Fati, but pressure be even from your own members of parliament. Now the NDC MPs are also vote of censure and also Abba. Is that not enough, sir? Let's just, I mean, your own members of parliament. Now we are even hearing say, Ochina, is it tomorrow? Ochina no more MPs no.
Censure and
yes, and that MPP MPs will not be there.
Sir, party say they shouldn't party.
And we are even hearing say abandoned MPP MPs
no. Mr. Mamema distinction. No.
Thank you.
And NPP. Some members of the majority caucus and a press conference. Yes, press conference. No, it was not triggered by any action of the NDC. At that time, the NDC for nye BB and Nuntinama. So okay, NDC or decision after some members of the majority caucus press conference ni. Enti majority caucus no more actions here independent of what NDC for actions or more. And besides, NDC for no apply for some vote of censure. No, they have listed some 7 specific charges against the finance minister. Majority for no ni omunye on those 7 charges. And the majority they already have almost separate action. You are setting in motion. Amo makoshia mampenyi and negotiating and clarity. Minya MPs no money baby or more with omu issue. Omu issue near independent from what the NDC is now saying, because some of the accusations now NDC for can I don't want to repeat minya ambassador monsumami, but omu list of 7 charges against the finance minister and no NPP for no omano nkobenkrum. And to the NPP majority caucus no omu issues omu face say omu terminating process no. It is ongoing. Omo process no is ongoing. Omo terminate President Ajamine. Ese yenye budget ni nwie, yen conclude the negotiation ono mbesi nkonwa atu ho anamo. And to omo no they don't have any doubt in their mind as to the direction they are going with their course. NDC for no separate issues motion yo ma file any related matters. Now finance minister na representative ebenya akwanya so obeko emrahye bedwam akwakoyi na no na obesign it 2 separate issues altogether. And say majority no on their own I take a decision. I don't want this vote of censure not to take away from omo ankasa omo actions or mateki as if say NDC for no momuna omo initiative when a majority for no frustrate omo decisions there be answer na minority for no filing motion unto sana mo na majority for no had already set omo action in motion and to be a yani de enti no there it is neither here nor there.
Okay, Madam Fatima Abubakar, we are lawyer, right? Okay, what follow the issue of Miss Elom Abebio at the Ghana School of Law?
Miss Elom Abebio and run me who your friend is saying statements GLC for issue who on one of your student platforms. So
yeah,
and me who statement no in person. And quite do no more the abon state and say obi raise a concerned citizen bina a file a complaint and or they attach to the complaint a pen drive and also so or the bread the School of Law to go through some particular material. Minya the benefit of watching those material. But I saw the statement at GLC for the banner on one of your law.
But as a lawyer, do you think such materials it deprive you from being called to the bar?
So who call Ghana School of Law? There is clarity as to how you can qualify to be a lawyer. Na mienu ene se obe pass nso hwe na etoso mienu ne se owo of good character. That good character no component no discretion me gidi say the governing board and as a panel la unim say even ya try exams ya pass bibia awie na wa ya wo internship 3 months no asa kwa pupillage 6 months no and no cry is not enough. We even no pupillage after call to the bar, but before call to the bar, no we internship 6 months now. We report it is a thesis or near ma law firm ne call to logbook or comments say guide ne oko practice. Nini na chino you still come to a panel for an interview for them to determine good character, and I don't know what they are basing on in her instance. But in the past
on YouTube and there. And can that be used against her?
In the past, some people have been denied call to the bar for not meeting the good character criteria. This is not a novelty. But as I said, name the basis in her particular instance. But a friend is saying, law practice near here. They give you the Legal Professions Act. They give you other accompanying allies to guide the practice. Conflict of interest, code of ethics, BBR is in the book. But the determination of good character now, I think, is a discretion that lies with the governing board. And in her particular instance, minim ne kwedu, and I mean who material.
Would you encourage her to petition against the decision?
Oh, of course. Yeah, but kwedu, you have every right to state your part. And one of the legs of natural justice. Everyone deserves to be heard. And I believe is a position at the law school will also hold. To me in case will be the complaint about near buano for abra onya akwenya emfanyi nano. And to me did say that necessary a way statement ya complain na ye nyano wenyebi. Ombe sete up a panel amo non so ababa baby nano.
Honorable Fatimatu Abubakar, Deputy Information Minister, fellow Ghanaians, Ghana for you. What is your message for them this morning?
My message say no omampenye de na no asema beto abonten. Teach you and say we are in crisis. Nenzo so yenya ye wa ban mu de ya said ye ba kope. And say abrebi Ghana for edwajo na so mu de abobo no ye be find the solutions. Omampenye say one of the key solutions e be boaye. Ama yetimi solve sa problems in say. One say ye debt to GDP obi ase o high. Ye kwa under IMF program. Ye ni so ade hunu ne say ye betimi a reduce ye debt to GDP by 55%. Na no so no yetimi a spread over from now to 2028 to make sure say ye debt no sustainable levels. Ebio enkrofo nyina agitum se Ghana ye exporting more than ye importing. Na ye exporting more than ye importing ni nsunsu aso ne say enka say ye earn dollars more than dollars here de koto ade wo eya amansan dwa so. Na ba ne san ye exporting more ni earn more foreign income. Na nsoso no ye pe dollars akwa koto fango ni ade a na ye ho kire as if say ye balance of trade ni in the negative. Ade titru so e beda adwane say when him say most of the big companies or more capacity to produce and export and now manufacture and export no ebi ana indigenous company and I say owned by Ghanaians. Se nipa na yetua ne ka ebi okra ketua na mbepie krom ha say what I say and this dollars na yae production no wa ha say yae bibia wa ha na mu mokoton amansan dwa so a dollar na ebetua na ye pese e reflect in year results wahana embanesa because a be an international company be omoje to baby. One of the measures our President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo announced say omo ye nhyehyeye ebema all the companies omo ye foreign exchange earners no ubetua ye betua oka into a bank that is domiciled in Ghana. And son, what may is Kanako baby? Mejidi say if that policy is in place, it's going to be one of the game changers immediately. I don't know me who say yeah one of the measures are reliably. A bet me abua amayenya enough dollars in the system. Na ebeboa amayenya some stability in terms of your forex market because all the banks domiciled in Ghana they will start receiving some of these payments in dollars near there. Ebeboa. The second thing also has to do with the fact say omampenyi de to just say debt restructuring ye now for your speculations what treasury bill no benya haircut to the extent say whatever interest and kebe accrue or no treasury bill na abayin farm and now usika no cry kote so omampenyi me yehu point blank said there be obi any one the treasury bill aban kwa kotete ne sika ne principal no so anase there be waka clearly say debt restructuring program aye consider no nothing of that sort in a BC so far as people's treasury bills are concerned.
But other investment and crofire or other banks, no haircut.
Specifically, talking about treasury bills, me did say specifics as to how restructuring ebe happen no. The kind of economic policy. Finance minister edebe komra shebedwem woda ebe budget reading no na the other thing I'm prem ye here ene se ebetimi ama fango boaye den aba form aya me ka kire obi ase me de bia me kodwom aduane ho nkwa atwe abu sika na edebe to no na enni ho enema no na ne boaye den ena obi se obi an so won kran ha se obeka che se ka sika na me de enema no free baby aba no ena ama enema no boaye den aye den se anamon bia ho no aban betimi atu ebeboa amaka eskabo aba forma ene na say reflecting in ye friend say enema bo entinyame adaroma aban o mampanyin de atodwa energy ministry ni NPA ne omo ye stakeholders within the energy sector no amomu to anamo ebeboa me enya cheaper fuel enti enya cheaper fuel na no so at the pump in real time woko na the cost of fuel agency mu woko na say so ate amigidi say ebe reduce pressure na bebre amobi aho ahenha no.
Finally, budget statement in Ebadabe.
In the third week of this month.
Third week of this month. That will be next week.
Yes, ebeba animu ya. Unim say by law, say eba before 30th November. Enti ebeba before then. But me mpese emeji Omasemaka if Omunfa.
Lawyer Fatimatu Abubakar, Deputy Information Minister. As always. Solid. I mean,
oh yeah, very intelligent and sharp.
And they say meta say Juma can say they are modia. Nanso say am my embrani and mekan.
But ye bawe your pewasempa adopting away.
Aisha Ibrahim.
Mate.
Pewasempa.
Martin didn't find
your case in fact. She admires you.
Oh. I was opinion one can channel. Me someone na ma.
Thank you very much.
I'm grateful. Ma na yen tientia ofie.
Oh, there me say next week me nyame adoma me pie krom ha say obeka say eh sir.
And as well.
What's the first and near back for Monday debates. Me ne uncle Alote. I don't know what happened.
Okoye minister there.
Oh, there nyame adoma e be me na yin tientia.
Yeah, that's it for her.